Hello, this is Jake Light, gaming lawyer at your service. We are once again back with the Great Ace Attorney. So today we are only halfway through the what do you call the logical deduction reasoning something. I think we will finish it today. Hopefully. So, without further ado, let's begin. How the blazes, how did you work that out, man? Nothing escapes the notice of one trained in the art of observation, my dear fellow. That's why you haven't looked indirectly at us even once. To keep your other side from view. Well, Now, let us proceed to the next conundrum. Why were you subjected to such a violent slap? In other words, we must ask ourselves, what caused Madame Garidab to fly into a rage? And we need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Right, not this. Dear Mr. Sholmes say that the bills were all for lion fodder? Yes, but now we've established that the lion never existed, which can only mean that the thing responsible for gobbling up all that food was Mr. Garidab's... Why? Mr. Naruhodo, she's a person, not a thing. Yes, well, she's also the person who gave her husband a mighty slap round the face. One so hard that it left a perfect hand mark, in fact. Yes. Why would a woman want to hit her husband with such force, I wonder? I'd love to know the answer to that question. Probably not because of the bills. Ah, what's this? A bookmark. Ah, someone must be reading this book at the moment. There's a bookmark here. Look. Mr. Garidab is clearly an avid reader. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think this is a bookmark. Oh no, so it isn't. It's a note written in a woman's hand. Oh James, I love you. Yours, Mary. And look next to the signature here. Lip marks, made with lipstick. Oh, what a passionate and romantic gesture. Don't get any ideas, Susato-san. Oh dear, I'm sorry. So this bookmark is actually a love note then. Present! Oh, I have to present a love note.
Take that!
Yes, it is the love note that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Oh James, I love you. Yours, Mary. Passionate indeed. Perhaps the sender of this note, a certain Miss Mary, is the fly in the ointment here? Oh. But I don't know the Bali woman. You don't know her? That note wasn't written to me. It was just in the book. I don't know how it got there. It was just in there, you say? That's right, that's right. A likely story. Now listen here, Joran, old thing. I explained at that time. I bought the book at a second-hand place, and that note must have already been in there. So, the previous owner of the book was using the note as a bookmark, you mean? That's right, that's right, sir. A likely story. For heaven's sake, woman, look at the name. It's written to James. My name, in case you have forgotten, is Jar. A likely story. Are you questioning my name now? Domestic violence. It's not a joke. Don't hit your loved ones. Everyone who's watching this, don't hit them. Just talk it out, alright? Talk it out. And there we have it. Arouse the suspicions of the female heart, and you unleash a beast with the most ferocious bite. Ugh! Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack. I think this is it. Unimaginable. Okay. Same thing over here. This time, madam, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your eyes has settled upon the answer. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet. No, not the Tower of Cakes. But surely Mrs. Garrett didn't eat the carpet? No, of course not. But there doesn't seem to be any doubt that the state of disarray that this room is in is a result of her wild temper. No, that's true. So, this is the last part of Mr. Sherm's deduction that we need to fix. We need only to follow Mr. Gary Depp's gaze, and that will tell us the real answer. Alright, let's see what we can see. Yes! Yes! This? The carpet here has been ripped to shreds. Yes, and according to Mr. Sherm's deduction, tears match those made by an Indian lion's teeth exactly. Oh, look here. What is it? If you look closely at the edge, you can see the scorch marks. Oh yes, you can see. So you can. In that case, perhaps the carpet wasn't eaten in the normal sense at all. Let's rethink this with that in mind. Circus handbill. I think we have the culprit. Candlestick. This looks like a very old candlestick, doesn't it? The base looks too small. Surely it's very unstable. It looks to me like even the slightest knock would make it topple over. Oh dear, that would be dangerous. Wait, take a closer look at this. There's one candle missing. Yes, I didn't notice that before. Why is that, I wonder? Why is one candle of the tree missing from its holder? Can I just... oops. Let's, with candlestick. Alright. Easy squeezy lemon peasy. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we only need to look at the candlestick. Most illuminating, my dear fellow, and of course the only possible way out of this logical labyrinth. Yes, the remnants of a ferocious attack in which the carpet was devoured are clearly visible. Indeed, they are. The scorch marks at the edge clearly give the truth away. The scorch marks! It would appear that this room was the scene of a little marital altercation. Ooh! Mrs. Gary Depp's mighty arm muscles left an impression not only on her husband's face, but on the entire room. The force of a strike caused the candle to fall from the holder. And in seconds, the carpet was alight and the whole corner of the room in flames. Yes, for the most ferocious beast in the world is neither a violent lion nor a vengeful woman, but fire. And in this room, that ferocious beast bared its claws and ran amok. Eloquently put, my dear fellow. So you see, there is but one conclusion here. After the sparks of marital discord flew, this room was the scene of a fire. Alright, finally, we're done. We're done with this debacle. Oh, he can't stand. Mr. Sholmes, I salute you! Oh, what? Interesting. Carpet scorched by a small fire. Deduction complete. Elementary. It's this dash long winter night, you know. Nothing to do but read in front of the fire. Luckily, there's a jolly good second-hand bookshop just around the corner. Buy all my old novels there. Yeah, actually, I think I've read some British books, storybooks. They always depict people inside this, even whether it's fantasy or not. They depict them very, very poor. Or in the case that money usually is used in the sense of for very, very cheap things, for very basic food or shelter or enjoyment. But yeah, might be just how British storytellers or British story writers write their stories, maybe. In any case, and in the pages of one particular novel, you discovered some rather illicit material. NSFW. For which your wife admonished you harshly, it seems. Don't know about admonish. Demolished might be rather closer to the mark. And beast is most certainly at. Here we go again. And the carpet? Was that destroyed by fire when the candle fell on the floor? Afraid to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. The whole place filled with smoke. Couldn't see a bally thing. I was caught between the old stick's rage and the raging flames. You paint a torrid picture, sir. One that would have been most entertaining. That's sympathy for you. Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The Bolin furniture started going up as well. We've had to hide the mess behind the screen for the time being. Over here, Mr. Garridap. Well, you have nothing more to hide now, if you'll allow me. No, that's where I put my... Oh, nothing. I didn't say anything. Never mind me. Had all my favorite old novels in that case. But as soon as the fire got hold of them, that was it. Whoosh. Up in smoke. Gosh. Then the wife started hurling things at me. What a terrible sight it must have been. There was I, back up against the window, under heavy enemy fire, incendiary books incoming to 10 to the dozen. Worst of it is, I lost my favorite book called The Lion's Pride. The Lion's Pride. Ah yes, your notorious love for big cats coming through again. I assure you, the title didn't influence my choice in the slightest. Yes, surely I don't have a thing for fur. So the poor man really did lose something dear to him as a result of the ferocious beast's rampage. Mr. Sholmes' deductions turned out to be correct once again. It can only be described as a great British wonder. Bah. I disagree, but you know, Mr. Naruto, you can say whatever you like. You can believe whatever you like. I tell you, it was total carnage. Flames everywhere and the old stick in full battle. Out of interest, what time of the day was that? Not sure I can remember. It was 2 days ago now. Let's see. Around 5 o'clock, I think. So at exactly the same time as a terrifying incident was unfolding outside your window on the street below. Even more terrifying on the inside, I can assure you. The whole of Blighty could have been flattened outside my window at that moment, and I wouldn't have noticed a dashed thing. Oh, really? Yes, really. I'm finally drinking that tea. Squishy chicks. Mr. Sholmes? Yes, Mr. Haruhodo? What can I do for you? Well, I think we've got to the bottom of Mr. Garudep's situation now. What does it have to do with Mr. Natsume's circumstances? I can't help you there, I'm afraid. What? You just wasted my time? Like, you just wasted an hour of my time doing this? My dear fellow, if you recall, I did say as much from the outset. I warned you that although I knew the retired army man to be hiding something, I could not be sure whether his secret would prove to be relevant or not. I want to kill you. Just knew you were going to say that. Now, Miss Naruhodo, you mustn't lose heart. Bear in mind that all things fall into only one of the two categories. Those relevant to the case and those not. I'm just saying words. That makes no sense to me. Well, no matter. It is of far greater importance that you make up your mind now. Sorry? Visiting hours at the prison will soon be over. Oh no, is that time already? Is it time already? If we are to accept Mr. Natsume's case, we have official paperwork to attend to. So that's it. No more time to think. Perhaps you like to betake yourselves to bidding us farewell now. I must prepare supper for Mr. Garuda. Oh yes, sorry. So sorry. Thank you both very much for your time. Soseki-san will be waiting for us, and I'm going to have to give him an answer. Alright, that was a wild goose chase, for no reason at all, apparently. Let's go look for... wait, no, that's the mason. Let's go look at the prison. Let's go find Joseph Joestar's father. Wait, I'm not in prison. It's time, Miss Naruto. We must hurry back to the prison. Yes, I know. Let's hail. Oh no. I've diarrhea. What's the matter? What's the matter? It looks like something's going on over there in front of Garudep's house. The killer? Maybe. Okay, new character, new voice. I know thee not, old man, folded thy prayers. Oh no, another new character. Who are you calling an old man, you rum-looking niminy-piminy? There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. What's the Horatio fella, eh? What are you on about? Excuse me? Hey, what the? Who are you now? I'm sorry, it just looked as though there might be some problem here. My associate here, Mr. Ryonosuke Naruhodo, is a lawyer, you see. Eh? A lawyer? What? If I can be of any assistance, I'd be happy to help. I'm from Japan, but I have studied English law, like for a little bit over a month. But you know, I'm a lawyer. Trust me. Tisk. Fine. I'll be on my way for today, but mark my words. This ain't over yet. Get thee to a nunnery. Do I look like a blooming nun to you? Okay. I do hope you're not injured. O fair Eastern maiden, thou art so gentle. Thank you. What was that all about? There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. I'm not Horatio either. Forgive the inquiry, sir, but are you a lodger here? The Garudeb residence? Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so right. Yes, I do dwell in this humble abode. Mr. Garudeb mentioned that he had another lodger, didn't he? This must be the man. Do you happen to know the other lodger who lives on the first floor? Oh, yes, a gentleman named Natsume. Oh, more worthy of a polemist in my battle of words near could there be. Sorry, battle, did you say? Who is the stronger, Hamlet or Macbeth? Mr. Natsume and I sparred long into the night. I see. No, I don't really see anything. I don't really fully understand, but it seems Mrs. Natsume and this gentleman are acquaintances at least. So fair maiden, so good gentleman. I can tarry here no longer. Fare thee well. I didn't really understand him, but I think he's returned to his room. It seems he's unaware of what's happened to Mr. Natsume, so he can't really help us. Or he's hiding something. With Soseki-san and that man as lodgers, the Garudeb house is certainly full of eccentrics. Anyway, I'll go find a carriage. Yes, I'm sure Mr. Natsume is eagerly waiting for our return. Let's hope we can get to the prison before his visiting hours are over. Yes, indeed. Hey. Oh, it's you! You're here! You came! Lucan student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire! I can't believe you came back! I'm so touched! We are so sorry to have kept you waiting, Mr. Natsume. Oh, no, think nothing of it. Relax. If I were a cat, I would purr with pleasure at the company of such fine compatriots. Noble, nurturing, never failing Nipponese! Oh, now, let's not get carried away. Oh no, who is this? Oh, I quite agree. There's nothing more assuring than her familiarity of one's native land. On the other hand, it's this guy. It is through friendship transcending international borders that one truly appreciates the fact. Such is my belief, at least. It's you! The miserable rotten spy! Sherlock Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing here? I have no intention of doing anything per se, save observing, of course. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? Well, having encountered some curious reading material in the gloomful room, and having unmasked the secret identity of that eccentric pair, I decided I should drop in on my way home to see how a defested friend is faring. Gloomful room? At least your accommodation here offers a window, my dear fellow. In that sense, it is the superior option. Anyway, I must commend you on your taste in books. My dear, my day has been a delight and cost me not a penny. Ah, you! How dare you, Sherlock Sholmes! Ugh. I'm out of breath. I've had it. I'm through. I'm at the end of my rope. I should never have come to Great Britain. It was a terrible mistake. Haunted by spirits in those cursed lodgings, no doubt my luck will be cursed in tomorrow's trial as well. My whole life has been damned! What are you thinking, Mr. Naruhodo? Mentioned that once before, didn't he? And his lodgings were cursed, I mean. And there is much truth in Mr. Moustache's words. What? Cursed is a wholly appropriate description, I would say, for the man's lodgings and indeed for tomorrow's trial. What's that supposed to mean? Canvas. Cursed trial. Mr. Natsume, what did you mean by what you said just now? About the trial tomorrow being cursed? Oh no! Why are you looking so grave? You're making me nervous. I was just getting carried away, that's all. I didn't mean anything by it. Oh, I see. That's really agitated him. You don't mean the trial really is cursed somehow? Are you referring to the prosecutor, the Reaper of the Bailey? The Reaper? Oh no, what do you mean? Please, tell me, summarize it succinctly in 16 salient words. No defendant has ever survived in a trial in which the Reaper stands for the prosecution. Ever. Is that 16 words? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's really 16. Oh my goodness! Can it really be true? That was 16 words exactly! Yesterday, Mr. Naruhodo successfully defended someone against the Reaper. But then, after the trial was over, the defendant passed away in unusual circumstances. Mr. McGilded. Top of the morning! What? Drop it like it's hot. Ah, I am impressed, Miss Susanoo. You have an eye for detail. Actually, the Lord Chief Justice told us. Mr. Sholmes, surely it can't be that having failed to have the accused convicted, Lord Van Zix killed the man himself? Oh no, he couldn't have, surely? Ah! You have some wonderful notions. Sorry? The man isn't a mass murderer. He's a court prosecutor, my dear fellow. Oh yes. Why, of course he is. Because that really makes sense, right? Ah, of course he is. And why are you trying to scare me? It could be said, however, the real truth about the man is even more terrifying than your hypothesis. What on earth do you mean by that? Alright. Well, it seems like we are out of time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I am actually having fun. Voice playing or voice acting all these characters. Especially the what do you call George Joestar. What is his name? Suseki Natsume. Very interesting character. I get to scream. I get to shout. But anyway, take care. Stay hopeful, but be critical. Bye bye.